After former President Trump announced his third run for the White House during a primetime address last week, all eyes have turned to the 2024 presidential race. A new poll giving an early look at the Republican field. The latest Emerson poll showing Trump surging ahead of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Respondents were asked, who would you be most likely to vote for in the 2024 Republican primary? Trump holding the lead at 55, DeSantis just 24 and 24.8%. Here to discuss, host of Dick Morris Democracy here on Newsmax, author of the best-selling book, The Return, Trump's big 2024 comeback, Dick Morris. Mr. Morris, thank you for joining us. Trump's got a commanding lead here, according to this Emerson poll. You believe that lead will still hold for with 2 years to go till the election?
Well, I think the song for Trump should be "I'm Still Standing." After all that's gone on, all of the attacks, the appointment of special prosecutors, the floating of the DeSantis bubble, all of that, he still is at 55% of the vote in the primary, equal to more than all of his other potential opponents combined, and outdoing DeSantis by 2-1. As I point out in my book, The Return, I do not think Trump will face serious opposition in the primary. I do not think DeSantis is going to run. Mike Pence might do a kamikaze suicide, farewell to arms mission, good, decent way to go out. But I don't think that DeSantis will run. I don't think there'll be a serious challenge. I think DeSantis will look at these numbers and say, I'm not going to split the party in half. I'm not going to throw away our chances at 2024 out of personal ambition. I'm going to wait until 2028 when I know I can have the nomination, and then I'm going to go for it, and with Trump's support probably. So I think that that is going to hold up.
All right. Any chance these guys could check their egos at the door, sit down mano a mano, Trump say, hey, listen, you're my VP for 4 years, then I'm going to step aside, you're going to do it for 8 years, and we're going to change this country. Any possibility of that happening?
Problem with that, John, is it's illegal.
Okay.
Shucks. The Constitution says that no elector in the Electoral College can vote for a candidate for president and vice president that comes from the same state he comes from. So the entire Florida Electoral College delegation could not vote for Trump and DeSantis. They'd either have to lose the electoral vote for one or the other, or more likely, Trump would have to move to New York, which would have all sorts of legal implications for him, given the hostility of Letitia James, the Attorney General in New York. So I don't think that's going to happen.
All right. I know he's got a beautiful club over there in New Jersey. I was just thinking, but, another Emerson poll showing that if the 2024 presidential election were held today, 45% of respondents would pick Biden, nearly 41% would choose Trump. Do you think Biden will run again? And when do you think he'll officially announce, soon or next year?
That's the only poll I've seen with Biden ahead of Trump. All the other polls I've seen have had Trump 5 or 6 ahead of Biden. I think Biden probably is going to think he's going to run. I think he's probably going to announce that he's going to run. But I am not sure that he's actually going to run. 2 years is a long time when you just had your 80th birthday. And the possibility of something horrible happening or further deterioration and decay, making it evident that he can't run, I think those are very significant things. I think they're quite possible. And I think that's why no Democrats have stepped up to challenge him, because nobody wants that on their background, a blot like that on their resume when they're trying to succeed Biden after he leaves office. I think that I would not take what Biden decides as a foregone conclusion. I wouldn't sell him life insurance at 80, let's put it this way.
That's for sure. Somebody said to me yesterday, he's a young 95.
Yeah,
so,
right. Yeah.
Dick Morris, always on point. If he says he's running because he called it with Trump way back. Always on the money. Thank you so much.
Let me point out that my book, The Return, is already with a red cover. So you can give it as a Christmas present without having to rewrap it.
You see, the guy's a mogul. I was just about to hit the book and remind everybody that if you want to hear more of Dick's great commentary, be sure to catch him every Saturday right here on Newsmax. Dick Maher's Democracy starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You don't want to miss it. And be sure to check out his great book, The Return. Thank you, Dick Morris.